Hello children, how are you? I hope you all are doing well and studying well. So बच्चों, आपको पता है एसएसटी में कितनी सारी चीज़ें होती है जो हमें अपने हिस्ट्री के बारे में बताते, अपने ज्योग्राफी के बारे में बताते और सब कुछ जो हमारे आसपास है उसके बारे में बताते, जो हुआ है और जो हो रहा है. Alright, so children, now we are going to talk about the other world. That is the world called our universe. Okay, so what are we going to learn in this chapter called our universe? We are going to talk about the origin of the universe. We are going to talk about the solar system, the planets, the Milky Way, the sun and the moon. Okay, so children, universe क्या होता है? Universe is defined as the totality of everything that exists, such as the sun, the moon, the stars, the planets and the galaxies. The sun, the moon and all the stars in the sky, they are called heavenly bodies. So universe क्या होता है? जो space होता है उसको universe कहते हैं. Okay, अब universe के अंदर क्या क्या आता है? In the universe आपके पास है sun, आपके पास moon है, then you have the stars, you have the different planets and galaxies. Okay, ye together all these things they form the universe. It exists, okay, which is, yeah, we live in this world, okay, but we are a part of the universe because we are living on a planet. Okay, so now sun, moon and all the stars in the sky, इनको क्या कहते हैं? इनको कहते हैं heavenly bodies. Okay, now let's see how did this universe come into existence? What is the origin of the universe? Okay, so scientists hold the view that the universe was formed by the Big Bang. It is believed that billions of years ago there was a big explosion or a bang and a huge fireball was created. This incident is known as the Big Bang. The fireball eventually cooled and formed tiny particles, which then grew bigger into a galaxy. Thus, the universe was created. The Big Bang created everything in the universe like the stars, the galaxies, the planets, etc. in one huge explosion. So, ये universe just कैसे create हुआ? According to the scientist, it was formed by the Big Bang. एक Big Bang के साथ ही create हो गया. Okay, तो क्या हुआ? There was a big explosion or a bang and a huge fireball was created. So इस explosion की वजह से एक बड़ा सा fireball create हो गया. अब ये fireball जब create हुआ, this incident, okay, जब ये हादसा हुआ, इस incident को कहा जाता है Big Bang. Okay, it is like billions of years, बहुत सारे सालों पहले ये हुआ है. Okay, एक बड़ा सा explosion हुआ, फिर bang हुआ, okay, and a huge fireball was created. Now this is known as the Big Bang incident. Okay, उसके बाद fireball जो था eventually, okay, धीरे धीरे करके cool down होने लगा. और जब वो cool down होने लगा तो उसके tiny particles form होने लगे. As soon as these tiny particles they started growing bigger, जैसे जैसे वो बढ़ते गए वो change हो गए galaxy में. Okay, thus the universe was created. Now this Big Bang, इस Big Bang ने क्या क्या create किया हमारे लिए? It created the universe which included the stars, it included galaxies, planets, etc. Okay, and this all happened in one huge explosion. Okay, now there is something called the Milky Way. What is a Milky Way? It is a galaxy. Okay, a galaxy is a massive cluster of hundreds and millions of stars orbiting around a center. All the stars which we see from the earth belong to the earth's galaxy or the Milky Way. The Milky Way is the name given to the faint band of light that stretches across the sky that we see at night. And the heavenly bodies in the Milky Way are the sun, the moon, the stars, the planets and the comets. So बच्चों, अगर आप ये डायग्राम देखोगे तो आपको समझ में आएगा कि ये डायग्राम है मिल्की वे का. What is a Milky Way? ये जो गैलेक्सी जो फॉर्म हुआ था, ओके, उसमें होते हैं बहुत सारे छोटे 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 स्टार्स, छोटे बड़े सारे मिलियंस ऑफ स्टार्स आर देयर इन दिस गैलेक्सी, ओके। और ये सारे यूनिवर्स के सेंटर में दे आर ऑर्बिटिंग, दे आर मूविंग अराउंड इन द सेंटर ऑफ द यूनिवर्स, ओके। अब ऑल द स्टार्स, जो स्टार्स हम लोग देखते हैं फ्रॉम द अर्थ, ओके, दे बिलोंग टू द अर्थ्स गैलेक्सी। और अर्थ का गैलेक्सी क्या है? It is known as the Milky Way. Now, why is it called Milky Way? It is called Milky Way because it is a faint band of light, okay, that stretches across the sky, okay, and that's the sky that we see at night. तो एक band जैसी चीज़ है, okay, जो पूरी तरह से फैली हुई है, and that's what we see at night. अब इस Milky Way में, okay, क्या होता है? There are heavenly bodies. Okay, now what are these heavenly bodies which are a part of the Milky Way? These are the sun, the moon, okay, the various stars are there, the planets are there, okay, and also the comets, okay. Comets के बारे में हम लोग बाद में पढ़ लेंगे, क्या होता है comet, okay. Comets, you'll see it is like a star only, but it has got an elongated tail-like thing, okay. Now, let's look at the solar system. What is the solar system? The solar system में क्या आता है? It is made up of sun and all of these smaller objects that move around it. In addition to planets, the solar system also consists of moons, comets, asteroids, minor planets, dust and gas. Okay. Now, solar system में it is not only the sun, the moon and the planets. It includes everything, all the smaller objects that are मूविंग अराउंड द सन, ओके, जो भी ऑब्जेक्ट सन के आसपास घूम रहे, ओके, दे आर अ पार्ट ऑफ द सोलर सिस्टम, ओके। नाउ इन एडिशन टू द प्लैनेट्स, द सोलर सिस्टम हैज आल्सो कंसिस्ट ऑफ व्हाट? मून आ गया, उसमें कॉमेट्स आ गए, एस्टेरॉइड्स आ गए, माइनर छोटे छोटे प्लैनेट्स आ गए, डस्ट एंड गैस, ओके, दिस इज ऑल अ पार्ट ऑफ द सोलर सिस्टम. Now, due to the gravitational pull of the sun, everything in the solar system moves around the sun in their fixed paths. Now, these fixed paths are called the orbits. तो हर एक जन, okay, जो sun के आसपास घूमते, everything that rotates around the sun or is moving around the sun, they don't move helter skelter. यहाँ वहाँ ऐसे नहीं जाते, उनका एक fixed path होता है जिसमें वो घूमते, and this fixed path is known as the orbit. Okay, now let's talk about the sun, which is a major part of the solar system or the universe. Okay, the sun is by far the largest object in the solar system. It contains more than 99.8% of the total mass of the solar system. The sun is a huge ball of hot gases. It is situated in the center of the solar system. It is the star which is closest to the earth. It appears so bright because it is very near to the earth. Our earth receives light and heat from the sun, which makes all forms of life like plants, humans and animals, which is possible only on earth. It is the only body in the solar system which has its own light. So, sun is the largest object. Okay, सबसे बड़ा ऑब्जेक्ट है इन द सोलर सिस्टम. अब इसमें, okay, what does the sun consist? It actually occupies 99.8% of the total mass of the solar system. सोलर सिस्टम का जो एंटायर एरिया होगा उसमें से 99.8% is occupied by the sun. It is so huge. Okay, now sun क्या है? Sun is nothing but a huge ball of hot gases. And that is the reason why, okay, we get the heat and light, okay. Where is it situated? Sun is situated in the center of the solar system, okay, and it is closest, okay, it is closest to our earth, and that is why we get the heat and the light from the sun, which is a major part of our survival. We survive because of the heat and light that we get and the gases which are formed because of that. Okay, now our earth receives light and heat from the sun. Okay, it helps in the formation of plants, animals and human beings as well. Okay, and it can happen only on earth. Earth is the only planet where life is possible. ये तो हमें सबको पता है, Okay, rest all the other planets are not so capable enough where a life can exist. Okay, now it is the only body in the solar system which has its own light. Sun के पास किसी और planet का या किसी और चीज़ से वो light नहीं लेता है. It has its own light. Okay, now do you know we use a telescope to observe stars and celestial bodies in the space. So अगर हमें स्टार्स या अदर दूसरे बॉडीज जो एग्जिस्ट करते हैं इन द स्पेस, इफ़ यू वांट टू हैव अ लुक एट देम, हाउ डू वी लुक एट देम? वी लुक थ्रू अ टेलीस्कोप. ओके, अगर आप बाइनोक्यूलर्स लोगे तो आपको नहीं दिखेगा, इतना क्लियर विजन नहीं आएगा, बट अगर आप टेलीस्कोप से देखोगे तो आपको क्लियर विजन आता है. ओके, नाउ लेट्स टॉक अबाउट द प्लैनेट्स. In our solar system, there are 8 planets, okay, that circle around the sun. According to their distance from the sun, the planets are, so that means sun के सबसे पास जो है that is Mercury, then comes Venus, then comes Earth, उसके बाद आता है Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus and Neptune. So Neptune is the farthest, it is farther away from the sun, सबसे दूर है sun से. सबसे पास कौन सा है? सबसे पास है Mercury, फिर आता है Venus, फिर Earth. Okay, now ये जो planets होते हैं, they have no light of their own. Okay, they receive the light from the sun. So sun is majorly, okay, the provider of light, okay, to the planets and everything else. Now they revolve around the sun in their fixed elliptical orbit. तो एक fixed orbit में ये planets जो है they all move around the sun. This movement of planets around the sun is called revolution. Okay, the planets also rotate on their own axis. This movement is called rotation. So एक होता है जब ये planets sun के पास घूमते हैं. Okay, when they move around the sun, this process is known as revolution. और जब वो अपने ही ऑर्बिट में घूमते हैं, okay, on their own axis, okay, that is known as rotation. Okay, like the earth moves around the sun, at the same time the earth also rotates around its own axis. Okay, जब अर्थ सन के अराउंड रोटेट करता है या मूव अराउंड करता है तो उस प्रोसेस को रेवोल्यूशन की वजह से क्या होता है? बिकॉज ऑफ द रेवोल्यूशन we get a year. Okay, one full year it takes to complete one revolution around the sun, and rotation की वजह से we get day and night. Okay, now Earth is a unique planet as it is the only known planet in our solar system on which life exists, and it is also called the blue planet. Like we all know, 70% of the Earth is water. Okay, 30% is land. So that is the reason why Earth, okay, is the only planet where life or existence of life or survival is possible. Okay, now ये है आपके different planets. Okay, look at the different planets, how they look. Okay, now Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus and Neptune. These are the 8 planets. Okay, and this is all based on how close they are to the sun. Now, what is the difference between a star and a planet? Star और planet में क्या difference है? Okay, star gives out light. A planet only shines by the reflected light of the sun. So stars जो है वो light देती है. Okay, whereas planets, okay, they are dark and they only reflect the light which they get from the sun. Okay, a star is larger than a planet. Okay, planets are smaller as they are closer to the earth. So हमें लगता है कि stars बहुत छोटे छोटे हैं, but ये this is not the fact. Stars in fact are quite big in size, but because we are far away from them, and that is the reason why हमें वो छोटे दिखते हैं. Okay, planets they are smaller, okay, as they are close to the earth. Now a star twinkles, a planet does not twinkle. Okay, Now, do you know some stars together form patterns which look like shapes of animals, people or things. Now, these are called constellations. For example, Great Bear or Saptarishi. So, children, अगर आप कहीं घूमने जाते हो, okay, say for example you go to a hill station, या फिर कोई बीच पे जाओ आप रात, और फिर बीच पे अगर आप रात को जाओगे, then if you look at the sky, you will observe that there are different shapes, okay, of that the stars are forming. Okay, now these shapes आप अगर देखोगे तो आपको लगेगा कोई शेप है जो बेर के जैसे दिख रहा है, कोई शेप है जो एरो के जैसे दिख रहा है, कोई शेप है जो लोगों के जैसे दिख रहा है या किसी चीज़ के जैसे दिख रहा है. Now these shapes that the stars form, they are known as the constellations. Okay, and some examples are the Great Bear or the Saptarishi. Okay, now let's talk about the moon. The moon is also a celestial body or a part of the solar system. The moon is the only natural satellite of the earth. It is smaller in size compared to the earth and it completes one revolution around the earth in 27.5 days. So, moon जो है, it is the only celestial body, okay, in the solar system. Okay, it is a part of the solar system. अब ये natural satellite है, that means it has its own light. Okay, it is smaller in size compared to the earth. Okay, जो earth की comparison में the size of the moon is smaller, and एक revolution for the earth, okay, to complete one revolution it takes 365 and 1/4 days. But for a moon to complete one revolution around the earth, okay, it takes 27.5 days. Okay, now the moon does not have its own light or heat. Moon के पास अपना खुद का light या heat नहीं है. It shines only when it reflects the light. Okay, जब उसके ऊपर जो sun का light गिरता है तभी ही, okay, it shines. Now the moon appears to change its shape day by day. These changes are known as the phases of the moon. Sometimes we do not see the moon at all in the sky. It is known as the new moon or the Amavasya. Okay, so moon does not have its own light or heat. It reflects the light. Okay, it shines only because it reflects the light that it gets from the sun. Okay, and the moon, it changes its shape every day. Okay, these changes are known as the phases of the moon. Sometimes we do not see the moon at all in the sky and it is known as the new moon or Amavasya. Okay, तो अगर आप देखोगे तो sky में कभी आप देखोगे moon is like a thin curve. Okay, कभी वो थोड़ा बड़ा है, कभी full moon है, कभी वो थोड़ा decrease हो रहा है और किसी दिन हमें दिखता ही नहीं. So these are the different phases of the moon. Okay, now do you know planets and satellites do not have their own heat and light like stars. So they all shine in the sky as they reflect back the light of the sun. So planets, satellites, इनके पास अपना खुद का light नहीं है. They are dark, okay, but okay, they get the heat and light from whom? They get it from the sun. Okay, and that is the reason why they shine. Okay, when as they reflect the light back of the sun. Okay, now let's talk about the celestial bodies. Okay, let's look at this chart. Now in the celestial bodies you have 4 things: stars आ गए, sun, planets and satellites. Now planets में क्या है? Which are the 8 planets involved? Earth, Mercury, Jupiter, Venus, Saturn, Mars, Neptune and Uranus. Together what do they form? They form the solar system. रोटेशन की वजह से क्या होता है? डे एंड नाइट होता है, एंड रेवोल्यूशन की वजह से सीजन के चेंजेस होते हैं. ओके, द सीजन्स चेंज अकॉर्डिंग टू द रेवोल्यूशन ऑफ द planets. Okay, now satellites. What are satellites? They can be of 2 types, natural and man-made. Okay, natural satellite is the moon. Okay, और moon के अलग अलग phases होते हैं जिसमें से main होता है new moon, when you do not see the moon, the Amavasya, and full moon, the Purnima. Okay, Abhi, do you know Jupiter's moon, Ganymede, okay, is the biggest moon in our solar system. So Jupiter has its own moon, which is known as the Ganymede, and it is the biggest moon in the solar system. Neil Armstrong and Edwin Aldrin, okay, they were the American astronauts who were the first to set foot on the moon on July 20th, 1969. So they were the first astronauts who actually stepped onto the moon. Okay, they were the first one to do that. Now, many of them tried to go to the moon, but they did not succeed in landing over there and stepping over there. But these were the first ones to succeed in that. Okay. Now, let's do a quick rerun of the chapter and see how much you followed. Okay. Explosion. When something, okay, these are the new words that we've learned in the chapter, okay, in the glossary. Explosion. When something bursts or blasts with a loud sound. जैसे जब बम फटता है तो you hear the sound, okay, as well as you see that it is like a huge ball of fire that comes, or the smoke that comes out of it. Celestia means objects that are found in the universe, and revolve means to move around a central point. Okay. Now, let's do a quick run of the chapter. The universe is defined as the totality of everything that exists, such as the sun, the moon, the stars, the planets, and the galaxies. A galaxy is a massive cluster, okay, of hundreds and millions of stars orbiting around a center. The sun is a huge ball of hot gases. The planets shine and reflect the sun's light. Our Earth is the third farthest planet from the sun, and the moon is the only natural satellite of the Earth. The sun is the closest star to the Earth. And the sun and the 8 planets, what do they form? They form the solar system. Okay. So, this was a quick rerun of the chapter and whatever we have learned. Chalo, now it's time to do the exercises. Okay. Let's begin with the multiple choice questions. You have to take the correct option here. Okay. What is the movement of the Earth around the sun called? Orbit, rotation, or revolution? It is known as the revolution. Okay. Now, a moon is a natural satellite of sun, earth, or comet, sun. The Milky Way is fireball of gases. Earth's orbit or a galaxy, it is a galaxy. Okay. The number of planets in our solar system is 9, 7, or 8. It is 8. Okay. Now, next is fill in the blanks. Okay. You have the cues, okay, like huge, galaxy, twinkle, universe, and planet. A large group of stars and other celestial bodies are called galaxy. The sun is a huge ball of hot gases. A star is larger than a planet. A planet does not twinkle, and there are many galaxies in the universe. Okay. Now, true or false? Our solar system has 9 planets. It is false. Yes, it would have been true, okay, earlier, okay, because earlier there were 9 planets, but Pluto was declared as a dwarf planet because of बहुत छोटा था, and it was slowly it was not considered as a part of the planet. Okay, they started disregarding it as a planet. Okay, but abhi at present we have only 8 planets. Okay, the moon is a satellite of the sun. True. Next, the sun is a planet. This is false. Sun is a star. When planets rotate on their axis, it is called rotation. Is this true? Yes. The sun is the center of the solar system. Absolutely true. Now, match the columns. Constellation, Saptarishi. Okay, the different shapes, okay, that the stars form. Okay, amongst them one of the shape is known as the Saptarishi. You can Google and check how it looks, okay, or if you have any encyclopedia at home, you can refer to it. Okay, what is a, okay, now planet, okay, Earth is a planet, satellite is the moon, okay, star, sun, and galaxy, Milky Way. Okay, now answer the following questions. Now children, this is what you have to do on your own. Okay, how was the universe created? We've already done this in the beginning, like billions of years ago the Big Bang happened. That's the explosion that took place. So put it in your own words and write this answer. Okay, you have to name the natural satellites of the earth. Okay, which are the natural satellites of the earth from where we get the the light or which helps us in the study of the universe also. Now name all the planets. जो भी planets solar system में exist करते हैं, you have to name them all. Okay, the 8 planets. What is the moon? Okay, we've already studied about this in the chapter. Okay, what is a moon? उसके बारे में आपको यहाँ पे आंसर में लिखना है. Okay, it is the natural satellite of the earth. Okay, what are the how it changes shapes. Okay, and when it is a full moon, what is it called? When it is new moon, what is it called? Okay, which planet is called the blue planet? We all know that we live on this planet, which is known as the earth. And why is it known as the blue planet? Because 71% is water. Okay, now enhancing skills. HOTS. You have to differentiate between the stars and the planets. We've already done this in detail. You need to write the differences between stars and planets. Okay, you can give examples also. Now activity time. You have to create the night sky on a black chart paper. एक black chart paper ले लो. Okay, उस पे cut and paste the moon. Okay, वो white glossy paper लेके आप moon बना सकते हो. Cut out stars, okay, of different sizes from a shiny white paper and paste them on it. It is very easy, and I'm sure you must have already made an attempt to do this. Now, project work. You have to rearrange the jumbled letters to find the names of the planets. Okay, ENVSU, it is Venus, VENUS. Okay, RASM, Mars, MARS. Okay, next is TUPJERI, Jupiter, JUPITER. RAU, UNS, Uranus, URANUS. Okay, URY, MECR, Mercury, MERCURY. Okay, AREHT, Earth, EARTH. Okay, then AURSTN, Saturn, SATURN. Okay, then you have EPNUTEN, Neptune, NEPTUNE. Okay, now life skills. Okay, imagine that you have discovered a planet. Okay, where would you like to place your planet in the solar system so that you can live on it? And would you also like to take your family, friends and pet with you? Okay, imagine कर लो कि आपने कोई एक planet ढूंढ लिया है. Okay, और आपको इसको solar system पे कहाँ place करना है, and what are your thoughts around it? So imagine being in the solar system with a planet, and how would you like to live there? Okay, so children, before you get into this imaginative world, okay, and place your planet and think about what are you going to do on it, I want you to all reread the chapter, complete all the exercises, and then start writing about your own thoughts, okay, if you were on a planet. Alright children, get good.